14th District Court for County of Washtenaw, State of Michigan is now in session. Although kind of different for the court draw near, the Honorable Judge Jason Simpson.
You may be seated. And court calls the case People versus Derek Hall.
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perry on behalf of Mr. Hall. Mr. Hall, if you could state your name for the record.
I don't know if he can hear us. Mr. Hall, can you hear us? Okay. You got it.
Okay, Derek Dwayne Hall. Can you hear me now?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for sentencing. Ms. Pate did review the pre-sentence report with Mr. Hall, and they do not have any material changes, additions, or deletions. And we do ask that you adopt the recommendation.
All right. Mr. Hall, is there anything you want to tell the court before I impose sentence?
I'm sorry. Other than that, no, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. On count one, the use of controlled substance, $125 statutory fee, 168 days in jail, credit 168 served. On count two, the operate with the presence of a controlled substance, $50 statutory fee, 93 days in jail, credit 93 served. All right, you're all set. Good luck to you, Mr. Hall.
And what was it, 125 I owe?
Yes, you owe the state. You owe the state fees.
What are those? Could you tell me, please, so I can write them down?
Pardon? The
Could you tell me
total
state
amount
fees?
is 275, or I'm sorry, 175.
Okay.
Talk to your attorney about those fees.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case People versus John Coffey. They didn't have his name up. Whose name was up there? Who's
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Mr. Coffey, who stands to my right. Please state your name for the record, sir.
John Joseph Coffey, Jr.
all right?
Thank you, Your Honor. Today is the date and time set for sentencing. I have had the opportunity to review the PSIR with Mr. Coffey. We have no changes or corrections, and we would respectfully request that the court adopt probation's recommendation. I will just note that Mr. Coffey does have a hold out of Fenton that he may be picked up after his release from incarceration in this county. So I would just ask if the court would consider making the restitution due 6 months after his release from incarceration, wherever that may be.
Is there anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
No, just that I'm thankful for everything that the court's done for me since I've been here with the MAT program, and it's been a lot of help. So I appreciate it.
All right. Sent to the court, $125 statutory fee, $1,212.98 restitution to Meyer payable through the court that will be due 90 days after release. All other 93 days in jail, credit 93 served. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case of the People versus Frederick. Is it Karakus?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Attorney Jonathan Paul, on behalf of my client, good to see Your Honor and staff this afternoon. Frederick, please state your name for the court. State your name. What's your name?
Frederick Kriakos. All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Probation was kindly enough to send me the evaluation and the recommendation prior to court today, allowed myself and my client to duly review that. We have no additions or deletions, Your Honor. Ultimately going to ask the court to adopt the recommendation. I have sent to probation proof of my client signing up for the victim impact panel. He is already in counseling. He provided a letter, which we provided to probation. We'll continue to do that. He understands he also needs to attend AA, pay some fines and costs. We'd be asking for opportunity to have a payment plan on this case, Your Honor. I do see the recommendation for sobering for 30 days. It looks like my client has been compliant since he first got the device, kind of adjusting to that, but he has been perfect since then. I think he missed a couple tests early on, but we do appreciate the flexibility, allowing my client to get used to the machine, hit his targets and have no issues. So We ask the court to adopt the recommendation, Your Honor, give my chance a client to go on probation and continue his progress.
Sir, is there anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
No, Your Honor.
All right. The court does acknowledge this is not a serious misdemeanor as defined by statute, however, believes there are reasonable grounds to depart from the presumption of a non-probationary sentence. Specifically, the alcohol screening assessment identifies the benefit of counseling and AA meeting attendance. Therefore, the court will follow the recommendation of probation with the stated rehabilitative goals to promote change, prevent recidivism, and to monitor compliance with recommended treatment. So therefore, the sentence of the court, I will place you on probation for a period of 12 months. You're to pay $855 fines and court costs, $100 prosecution recovery costs, $100 police agency recovery costs, $360 probation oversight fees. Do you have anything you can pay today?
Anything to pay today?
No.
So be set up as a payment plan as arranged by probation. There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You're to attend individual counseling with status reports to probation. You are to attend one AA meeting per week with monthly verification to probation. You're to provide proof of victims impact panel attendance to probation. The sober link will continue for an additional 30 days in lieu of 4 days in jail. I'll order 90 days in jail. Credit 1, balance suspended.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Paul Tefelsky on behalf of Ms. Thiem.
Right, go ahead, sir.
Your Honor, date and time set for sentencing. We did review the pre-sentence report. We have no additions, corrections, or deletions to make to it. I would ask the court to adopt the recommendation. As it notes in there, my client has 3 children. She's married. Her husband is a therapist. He's in the court with her. This case, Judge, happened in 2020 during COVID, and she was unaware of it until just recently, and then came in here and dealt with it. She has not had any other trouble since then, and she seems to be doing well. So I'd ask the court to adopt the recommendation.
Ma'am, anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
I'll just say I'm sorry about everything that happened.
Sentence of the court, $400 fines and costs. There was a bond. How much was the bond? 5?
Your Honor, the bond is 500. It's a 10%, so $50 will come off of that. I believe she also owes a $50 fee. So
All right. $400 fines and costs will apply the bond. I'll order 90 days in jail. That is suspended. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case People versus Brandon Bowe.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Mr. Bowe, who is present via Zoom. Sir, can you please unmute and state your name for the court?
Yes, Brandon Bowe.
Thank you, Your Honor. Today is the date and time set for sentencing. I have had the opportunity to review the PSIR with Mr. Bowe, and we have no changes or corrections. And we would respectfully request that the court adopt probation's recommendation. Mr. Bowe is asking for 2 months to pay the $480 of fines and costs. He does have full-time work that he just started a month ago, so he's asking for 2 months to be able to pay that.
Mr. Bowe, anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
No, sir.
Sentence of the court, $480 fines and costs. I'm going to make that due and payable by June 30th, 2025. I'll order 93 days in jail. Credit 1, the balance is suspended. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bowe. You're all set.
Court calls the case of People versus Nicole Nelson. Both of them.
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perry on behalf of Mr. Nelson. She's on Zoom. Mr. Nelson, please state your name for the record.
Nicole Nelson.
Yeah, today's the date and time set for sentencing. We did review the pre-sentence reports and don't have any material changes, additions, or deletions. I will say on behalf of Mr. Nelson, I've been working with him for quite some time. He has completely, I think, changed the majority of his habits since I started working with him. He has completed treatment and did transitional housing. As the court is aware and is reflected in the PSI, he has had some other issues up north. However, while speaking with him, he is dedicated to resolving those and getting everything back on track. He is living on his own now, and has acknowledged his struggles and wants to stay up there as he's leading a different life with different people. So I hope that the court adopts the recommendation, as Mr. Nelson starts this new chapter of his life.
All right. Mr. Nelson, anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
Yeah, I just wanna say I'm grateful that I was actually able, at that time, it wasn't the best experience, but now that I look back, I'm grateful that some things did happen in my past to get me to where I am now, and I'm just looking forward to growing and building my relationship with God and the community and being of service. So yeah, hopefully that this will keep me somewhat accountable.
And it's good to be alive, isn't it?
Amen. Yeah.
On the case ending in 1352, sentence of the court, 24-month probation term, $555 fines and court costs, $720 probation fees. How are you intending on getting that paid?
That might be a little difficult right now, but
Are you working right now or no?
yeah.
All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have you talk to probation. I'll have you on a payment plan that's set up by probation, okay?
All right, sounds good.
There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You're to provide proof of Bear River inpatient treatment program or program completion to probation. Continue and complete outpatient treatment through Bear River with status reports to probation. You're to attend one AANA meeting per week with monthly verification to probation. Maintain employment with proof to probation. Report to probation on June 3rd, 2025 at 2 p.m. That will be a Zoom appointment, and then you'll report as directed. I'll order 365 days of jail, credit 57, the balance is suspended on that case. On your other case, 24 months probation, $555 fines and costs, that will be payment set up by probation. I'll waive the probation oversight fees on that case. There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are also on this case to provide proof of Bear River inpatient treatment program completion to probation. You're to continue and complete outpatient treatment through Bear River with status reports to probation. There's to be no assaulted, threatening, or intimidating behavior. No possession of any weapons, firearms, ammunition, or anything fashioned to be a weapon. You are to maintain employment with proof to probation. You're to report to probation on June 3rd, 2025 at 2 p.m. That's the Zoom appointment. And then you're to report as directed. I'll order 365 days in jail, credit 57, balance is suspended. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you, young man.
Thank you.
Court calls the case, People versus Cameron Reeves.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Mr. Reeves, who should be present via Zoom. Sir, can you please unmute and state your name for the court?
Yeah. Hello?
Hello, what's your name?
Mr. Reeves, can you state your name?
Yeah, can you hear me? I'm sorry.
I can hear you now.
Okay, my name is Cameron Reeves.
I need a camera.
Okay, hold on one second.
Well, I don't know what he's doing now because he's staying muted. I'll pass the matter. Court calls case People versus Jacob Spellings.
Good morning, or good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perry on behalf of Mr. Spellings, please state your name for the record.
Jacob Spellings.
Today is the date and time set for sentencing. We did review the recommendation from probation. On behalf of Mr. Spellings, I also worked with Mr. Spellings for a couple of years now. He too has gotten sober. This is I believe the longest time that he has been sober. He did complete treatment. He hit a couple bumps in the road during his time on probation on his other case, but was always very honest with me, community corrections, and we were able to work through everything to lead him to where he is now. I think he caught both of the cases that he's currently on probation for, in this case, happened in a close time period. And like I said, he's made those changes since then. He has been very, very attentive, very respectful. I've really enjoyed working with him. I think the recommendation is appropriate, and ask that you adopt it.
Sir, is there anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
Yeah, just that I think the courts, I'm in a lot better place now than I was, a year ago. And I really think that this time being sober is going to stick. I get my kids back every weekend now. I'm going to get them for weeks at a time in the summer coming up, and I'm just looking forward to how living a sober life is going to be.
The court will note that I'm imposing a fines and cost sentence because he is already on probation to me in another matter. So in this case, it'd be $855 fines and costs, $100 prosecution recovery costs, $100 police agency recovery costs. When do you think you can get that paid?
It can be paid either later today or tomorrow.
All right. Why don't we say pay it by this Friday then, the 30th? Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Fantastic. Pay that by May 30th, 2025. You're to complete an IOP program, included all recommended aftercare that already has been completed. I will order 93 days in jail, credit for the 3 that you served. The balance is suspended. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Spellings, good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Court calls case of the People versus Jack Lyons.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate for Mr. Lyons, who should be present via Zoom. I do believe he made his final payment, however.
And Teresa Claire on behalf of probation, Your Honor, Mr. Lyons did stop by my office. He did provide me proof that he did pay the balance in full. He did have a conflicting court date. He wasn't sure that he was going to be able to get back here in time. So I told him that I would waive him from coming since he completed all terms of a prosecutor deferred sentence. Given that all terms are completed, probation is asking that the court dismiss the case pursuant to the prosecutor deferred and discharge him from probation with deferred.
No objection to that, Your Honor.
Defendant having completed all of the terms, his case is dismissed pursuant to the prosecutor's deferred. And yes, and the defendant is discharged from probation with improvement. Thank you. Court recalls case of the People versus Cameron Reeves.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Mr. Reeves. Mr. Reeves, can you please unmute and state your name for the court?
Cameron Reeves. Sorry, my camera, I turned it on and hung up. Apologies.
Okay, we've got you. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. Today is a date and time set for sentencing. I have reviewed the recommendation, which is to re-refer Mr. Reeves for a PSI. He does state that he can make that in-person appointment next Tuesday at 1 p.m. and he does have the
Why didn't
address.
he get to his other one?
2 years ago, we do not recall, Your Honor. It was initially set in 2023. Since then, he has served some time in Wayne County. His recent failure to appear for sentencing last month was due to his incarceration there. Given that we are asking that the court adopt probation's recommendation so that he can make his appointment and will have his pre-sentence investigation completed so that he can come back for sentencing on June 11th.
Defendant is re-referred to probation for pre-sentence investigation and report. He's to pay a $75 referral fee. He's to pay that by this Friday, the 30th.
Okay.
I'll set a new pre-sentence interview appointment for June 3rd, 2025 at 1 p.m. That is in person. I'll adjourn his sentencing to June 11th, 2025, 9 a.m.
Excuse me, Judge,
you.
could I say something real quick, sir?
I wouldn't say anything about the case that we discussed, Mr. Reeves.
Oh, yeah, it's just about the pre-sentence investigation. It's been it was rescheduled. This case is from some years ago, but it's been rescheduled 3 times since they rescheduled it for me since I was supposed to go. So I didn't actually miss it. They just kept rescheduling and pushing it back.
Well, you missed the one because you were in jail.
Yes, you were correct.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Okay. Yes, sir. All right.
All right, thank you.
All right, no problem.
Thank you, Mr. Reeves. We'll be in touch.
Yes, ma'am.
I will talk to Mr. Goldstein and that's it for this block, right? Calls case of People versus Calvin Lee.
Conrad Silver on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
David I. Goldstein appearing on behalf of the defendant. Calvin Lee.
All right.
Your Honor, we are here theoretically to be sentenced on a charge of reckless driving. However, for reasons that we discussed in chambers, I'm going to make a motion to withdraw that plea. I don't believe Mr. Siller is going to object. Once the plea is withdrawn, Mr. Siller is going to add a count of careless driving, and we're going to admit responsibility to that.
That is correct, Your Honor. I have no objection.
There goes the reckless.
The defendant's motion to withdraw plea on count 2 is granted.
And I do move that count 3 under MCL 257.626B.
That's to careless driving.
That's correct.
And how does your client plead to that?
We're going to be admitting responsibility, Your Honor.
You're doing so on his behalf.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Court will accept that admission of
We're
responsible to count 3.
We're going to be asking for an immediate sentence, Your Honor.
Fines and cost of $200. When can that be paid?
That'd probably be like a month or so, Your Honor.
Really, man.
I've been out
No,
of 3 years.
don't say it.
He was born in the
Just don't.
Come on, man.
I'll tell you what. Hey, by August 29th. Now I don't have to look at that file again. Goodbye, Mr. Lee.
I'll let Jeff know.
All right. Court does call the cases of the People versus Dwayne Brady.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Mr. Brady, who's present via Zoom. Sir, can you please state your name for the court? Oops.
Hold on.
No, the 18 case is the.
All right.
Mr. Brady, can you please unmute and state your name for the court?
Yeah, it's Dwayne Brady.
Thank you, Your Honor. I did speak to Mr. Brady last week regarding the case ending in 638. That case, I believe, has a balance still of $275. Last week, Mr. Brady did state to me he believes he could pay that balance off this week. As to the other case, I believe there is a balance of $960. I would ask that the court cancel the warrant in that case and ask if Mr. Brady could give an explanation as to when he believes he could get that balance paid.
Go ahead,
I
sir.
can add that. I could have that paid off probably in at least 2 months.
So Your Honor, I would ask for an adjournment of the show cause and the case ending in 1686 if.
Well, that one's not set today.
No, it is not, it is a warrant.
So I would ask,
So on 638, I will indicate that the defendant is to pay this balance by. You could pay it by the 30th, sir?
Yes.
Pay that by May 30th, 2025. Then on the other matter, just make sure what we got here. Well. Okay, on this matter then, what on the 18 case ending in 1686. I'll cancel the warrant. When can you make a payment on this? Sometime.
I can make a payment next Friday.
The same day as the other one?
Is that this Friday or next Friday?
You want next Friday the 6th?
Yes.
Okay.
That's when I can
I'll
start
cancel
paying
the
on that one.
warrant. I'll cancel the warrant in this one. Give them a PR. $5,000 bond. Defendant to pay. How much will you pay by the 6th?
I can pay 200 on it on the 6th.
Pay 200 on June 6th, 2025. When's my next day?
We have June 11th and June 25th.
25th.
Yes, sir.
And then I'll set for a show cause hearing June 25th, 2025, 9 a.m. or as your invite indicates. Okay. Thank you.
thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Court calls the case, People versus Ashley Fuster.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Ms. Fuster, who stands to my right, please state your name for the record, ma'am.
Ashley Fuster.
All right. She currently has a balance of about 1,100.
Yes, Your Honor, and I was unable to have a conversation with Ms. Fuster prior to today. I didn't have good contact information. However, she is here and ma'am, do you know when you would maybe be able to start making payments on the balance?
So I actually plan to make a $200 payment today. I just have to get home and check the mail first, and then I plan to have the rest of it paid off in the next like 3 months. Really?
Say that first part again.
Oh, I'll be paying $200 on it today. I get paid paychecks and they come in the mail. So when I get home and can check the mail, I'll pay $200 on it today. I made some payments since I got the notice in the mail a month ago. This is from 2018, so I just entirely forgot about it.
Okay, so you're gonna pay $200 today.
Yes.
And when are you gonna make another payment?
I'll get paid 2 weeks from then, so I'll safely, I'll say 150 for the next week. My plan is at least $200 every month. That should
Every
get me-
month?
Yes. If I can afford more, I will.
So you're gonna pay $200 today.
Yes.
And defendant to pay, what, 150 by what, the 6th?
Yes.
Or the 13th?
The 6th.
By June 6, 2025. And then 200 per month. Beginning in July. Okay? All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case, People versus Samuel Hamilton.
Assistant Public Defender Lauren Kearney on behalf of Mr. Hamilton. Oh, Mr. Hamilton is here. Awesome. Hamilton, please state your name for the record.
Samuel Hamilton.
Yes, we are.
Still in the hospital.
A show cause, yes, as the court may remember, Mr. Hamilton got into a bad car accident and was paralyzed from his neck down. I have been trying to get in touch with Mr. Hamilton about proof of that accident, but we've not been able to make contact. Not sure if I have the wrong number for you or, did you get my email?
Yes, I got your email.
Okay. So.
I'm done.
Okay.
He's appeared before me every time in the same place, in the same hospital bed. I get it. I'm gonna waive all fines and costs except the statement. Mr. Hamilton, you take care of yourself.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
All right. Court does call the case, People versus Donald Holloway.
There is no counsel on this one, and I don't have.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Holloway.
Name, sir?
Mr. Holloway.
Your first name's Mister?
Donald Holloway.
All right.
How
I
you
didn't
doing,
know.
Mr. Simpson? Okay.
Name their kids all kinds of things. All right. You owe $1,197.68.
Yes, sir. I've been paying, I'm on Social Security, but I'm gonna still pay another payment today before I leave. And I'll keep my payments up each month. I already made an agreement and I keep it up.
So you've been paying on it?
Yeah.
How much are you paying?
I've been paying $20. My wife made the agreement.
$20 a month?
Yeah. And we just got a check yesterday, so I'm about to pay my other 20.
Pardon? Okay. Why is this set before me if he's been keeping his pay?
I see a payment in January.
So you haven't been paying per month, which is how it's coming before me.
Oh, okay.
You have to pay each month.
Oh, I was in the hospital, so that's probably what happened. I got surgery and all that stuff.
So I'll just put in here, he's paid $20 per month. We'll continue that and we'll start that June.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Y'all have a nice day.
You do the same. Mr. Hamilton. Court calls case People versus Robert Lee. Doesn't have counsel.
Simpson.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
My name is Robert Scott Lee.
Okay. You're here on a show cause. I have you owing $540.
Yes, sir. I won't even try to offer. Well, I just don't. I'm on a fixed income of $1,000 a month, and trying to pay $500 at one time is virtually impossible for me. So I was hoping that I could make some sort of payment arrangements.
Okay, how much do you think you can pay each month?
Well, the gentleman that just left, he's paying $20 a month. If I could do that.
Hold up.
No, I'm
no, I'm gonna try to get the same payment plan. Why do you? No, you can.
Well, $20 a month is doable for me.
No, don't be looking behind you because you know I'm talking about you. The moment you said that.
The moment I said.
The moment you said, well, I want the same payment plan as he had.
Oh.
They started laughing. Yeah, you did. Don't shake your head. You know you did.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, you're all right. You're okay.
But yeah, $20 a month would be awesome. That would ensure.
How much do you get each month?
Each month I get approximately $1,045.
Pay $25 a month.
Okay.
that work?
Yes, sir, I can live with that.
That's because that's what they said you should pay.
Okay, all
I
right,
would
well-
let you have the 20, but the one in the black, she said, give him more money. She was mouthing it up.
I'll deal with you later.
Yeah, all right.
So
No,
25.
the only reason he has 20 is that was set up with our collections department. I usually don't set anything that low, so but I'll give you $25.
Yes, sir, that I appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
Beginning in June. All right, sir?
Okay,
All right.
thank
Take
you.
care of yourself.
Just one question. Can those payments be made online? Do you know?
They should be able to, correct?
Yes.
If it's got a warrant on it, you should be able to make it online.
Okay.
All
but
right.
I can probably ask it when on my way out.
Yes.
Okay.
They'll be
Thank
more
you,
than
sir.
happy
I
to-
appreciate you.
You
Judge
take care of
Simpson.
yourself.
You do the same, sir. Thank you.
Court calls the case, People versus Keith Malone.
Good afternoon, this is Public Servant Warren attorney on behalf of Mr. Malone. Mr. Malone, please state the name for the record.
Keith Daryl Malone.
Thank you.
Warren, we are here for a show cause. I did speak with Mr. Malone regarding this file. He is from living in a nursing home due to some medical issues that he has. Any income that he gets goes directly to the nursing home for his medical care. So he has no income at all. He did, he said that he filed an ability to pay for him with the help of his case managers.
He did.
Um,
I see it.
so, given all of that, I think at this point he's unable to pay anything. I'd ask the court to consider waiving everything.
I've already written what I'm gonna do. You wanna keep talking?
No,
Okay. Why are you laughing, Mr. Malone?
I just laughed at you because last time I did a whole probation for you, you know that. And I was just thinking, go Tarpons, had to say a Tarpons thing. I watch you every day. I happen to see my name come up. I'm watching one of your things, right? My son got the same name. I was like, wow. Then I called it was me. It happened in 2019. I'm like, wow, I ain't have no money left. Since I got another knee surgery coming up, I can walk. I'm still clean and sober. I'm a motivated speaker now for drug and alcohol. So I'm doing that, but I don't get no income from that because I'm helping other people stay clean and sober. I think, man, Judge Simpson and Judge Barr had me going through these programs. Now I'm clean and sober 3 years now, due to the court and myself, but mostly myself and my help. And you were a good help to me too. You know, I know that very sure. You know, and
Thank you.
I was just laughing.
Thank you for saying that, sir.
Yeah, you are.
I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna waive all his fines and costs except the state minimums. You're all set, sir. All right. Good luck to you. Take care of
Yeah,
yourself.
thank you, Judge Simpson. Have a good day. Go Tarpons.
All right.
Yeah.
Court calls the case, People versus Lee Parker.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate on behalf of Mr. Parker, who may be present via Zoom. Sir, if you're present, can you please unmute and state your name to the court? Your Honor, I do not have an explanation for Mr. Parker's failure to appear. I did leave a voicemail with the number for him. I do understand he still has a balance of 569. For the record, I would respectfully request an adjournment.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond is set amount $7,500. I'll give a 10% privilege. That warrant will issue immediately. And he also does have another warrant out of 14A2, so. Court does call the case of People versus Donald Pittman.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate on behalf of Mr. Pittman, who is approaching. State your name, sir.
Donald Pittman.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Pittman about this matter. He does still have a balance of 410. He thought he had already paid this. He did then provide me proof, and I did double check in JIS that he did not pay on this case. However, he did make a $276 payment on a ticket case on April 4th of this year. To that end, Mr. Pittman is asking for an adjournment of the show cause. He does receive SSDI in the amount of $1,300 monthly. He states he would be able to pay roughly $100 a month on this matter. So I'm asking if the court would consider a payment.
Would he begin paying now?
Next month, if that's okay.
What day do you get your check?
On the 3rd.
On the 3rd.
Yes, sir.
All right. You're to pay $100 per month beginning June 6th.
All right. Thank you.
2025.
Yes, sir.
Till it's paid in full.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Court calls the case, People versus Shania Reed Ginyard. No counsel. Reed Ginyard. No response. What do I have, sir?
465.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond will be set in the amount of $5,000. To give 10% privilege. That warrant will issue immediately. Court calls case, People versus Jessica Shaw.
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Warren County on behalf of Ms. Shaw. I don't see Ms. Shaw here in the courtroom. I did attempt to make contact with her. I was unsuccessful. I don't have an explanation for her failure to appear. I would ask for adjournment of the court.
Yep. Come on.
634.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond will be set in the amount of $7,500 to give 10% privilege. That warrant will issue immediately. I'm like parched. No.
Can I
I'm
get
like-
something to drink, Your Honor?
Did you have a moment?
Just don't do anything important.
Okay, I won't. Trying to hurt me. Court just called the case. People versus Mamadi Sidibe.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie, on behalf of Ms. Sivity, who may be present via Zoom.
Thank you, Ann.
Ma'am, if you're there, can you please unmute and state your name for the court?
That's good, Alan.
So, Your Honor, I was able to leave my client a voice number, last number our office had for her. I do not have an explanation for a failure to appear and would request an adjournment for the record.
Yeah, bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond is set in the amount of $5,000 of 10% privilege. That warrant will issue immediately. Court calls case, People versus Heather Skidmore.
Public Defender Natalie Pate with behalf of Ms. Skidmore, who is present via Zoom. Ma'am, can you please unmute and state your name for the court?
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Heather Skidmore.
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
I have her owing $325.
Yes, Your Honor, and I was able to discuss this with Ms. Skidmore. She is asking if the court would consider allowing her to do community service. In the alternate, she states she would be able to start paying $50 monthly beginning on May 30th. She is currently on probation to 14B, and it is my understanding, as well as hers, that she is completely in compliant with that probation. I believe testing is a requirement of that as well. She also states to me that she has been about 2 years sober since 2023 and is asking if the court would consider allowing her to do community service. Understanding the balance is $325. If the court would like her to pay that full balance, she's able to pay $50 monthly beginning the 30th of this month.
I'm not gonna do community service. What I will do is $50 per month, beginning May 30th, 2025. All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Ms. Skidmore.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Pate.
Court calls the case, People versus Joseph Swope.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate on behalf of Mr. Swope, who may be assumed.
Both on,
No, the one ending in 12.
got it. That's it. You know where your client is or no?
No, Your Honor. For the record, I respectfully request an adjournment. I was able to leave a voicemail, however, at the last number my office had for him. I did not hear a response. I respectfully request an adjournment. For the record, I believe the balance in this case was 395.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear, bond set in the amount of 5,000, 10% privilege. Warrant will issue immediately. Court calls case People versus Henry Williams.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate on behalf of Mr. Williams, who may be present via Zoom. Mr. Williams, if you're present, can you please unmute and state your name for the court?
No.
Your Honor, I did send him the Zoom and leave a voicemail. I did not hear back from him regarding this. For the record, I respectfully request an adjournment. I do understand, I believe there's still a balance owing of 70 and 40 cents.
Bench warrant will issue bond set in the amount of 15,000. Give a 10% privilege. That warrant will issue immediately.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Cases of the People versus Susanna Williams. They're both on? No.
No, the 2019 cases.
Got it.
The other was a companion one, right?
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, what's your name?
Susanna Williams.
All right. On the case that you're here before on right now, you owe $920 on that case.
Okay, I wasn't aware of the fines or exactly how much, but I was prepared to make a payment today, so I was just under the impression that when I did the 93 days for that, I didn't have any fine. No, I already did 3 months in jail for the donut case for the $5. So I didn't think I had to pay 1,000, but I have like $50 I can pay today and make $50 payments.
And you can make $50 payments each month?
Yeah, I live check to check or month to month, and I'm fighting for disability. I only get $500 a month, so I'm getting like half of what these
Pay
people make.
$50 today
Thank you.
and $25 per month
Perfect.
until paid in full.
Thank you.
All right, that's on that case. You also
I have, go ahead.
2 warrants. Let me just make sure. No, it's the same case. I'm sorry. You have 1 warrant.
Mhm.
Another fines and costs. You did.
I think it was for the same thing. Oh, sorry. I just lost the
In
middle.
that case, you owe $414.
Oh, it's the same case, but 2 separate fines. Oh, 2 separate
The
cases.
case we just did is this one.
Okay.
This one,
Can I make $25 payments on that one
hang
then?
on.
Sorry.
I'm gonna cancel your warrant.
Okay, thank you.
Give you a PR.
Perfect, thank you.
Since I put 25 on that one, I'll say defendant to pay 25 on this one.
Thank you.
All right.
How much total today then? Because I didn't bring.
Well, you got $50 today.
Okay,
Pay the 50 on the one case that you're here on.
yeah,
And then
okay,
it's gonna be $20 per month beginning in June on each of these other 2.
okay, that'll work. Perfect. I can do that.
All right.
That's all? I'm not going to jail today?
Want to? You should-
Hell no.
Being a man.
I'm sorry, I said it in the court. I was the first day I've ever been, I was nervous coming because I came at like 8 this morning. Like I just lost the mail, so I just
Okay,
knew
so
it
they
was you.
sent you to jail
But
already.
no, I'll just go pay the fine. First time coming to court where I don't gotta go, I'm not turning myself in or anything. I'm
Did
good.
you sure you don't want to go?
I'm perfect. I'll be all right. I think I'll be good.
We got room.
I told you I did the 3 months
Then I'll
for
take
some whole ass
you.
donuts,
You're all
some
set.
salty ass, some stale donuts.
All right.
All right, bye, hon. So 50 today
Yes, ma'am.
and 25
Yes, ma'am.
or, yeah, I'll figure it
On
out.
each case.
I think that's what it was that I went to pay the payment and I didn't know I had 2 cases.
Got it.
But
Okay.
have a good day, Justin.
Take care.
You.